Alright, welcome back once again, guys. How are ya? Happy Thursday! Happy Thursday to all of you, and we begin day number 9 of review of Sacred 2. So, last time we explored a lot of interesting things about the game, including um, not only the core gameplay mechanics, the targeting system. We did a comparison between the lock-on system and the hovering system that the game uses to target enemies. We did a lot of things last time. As you can see, we're for those of you who missed the previous stream, you'll see that a lot of things have happened. As you can see, our gear is different, our skill tree is completely different, and yes, in case you haven't noticed, we can ride our first mount. Yes, as you can see, we got an extra skill talent here, and I managed to figure out, respec, and finally make use of all of my skill tree branches and modifications that allowed me to kill my first world boss in the game. My first world boss in the game. We killed the Kobold Chieftain. We got a lot of insane loot. Then we did a second boss, which was the Griffin. And essentially, there we go. And essentially, sorry, I'm just putting the stream on performance mode and making sure everything is as smooth as possible for all of you. And we also did a second boss called the Griffin over here. As you can see, we came back, we cleared all of the Kobold camp, and we killed the boss, our first boss battle. Here we killed the Griffin, our second boss battle. That one was a bit easier because it was slow, and I could have used the targeting system, the detection range, the maximum detection range of the game. So I stayed out of range, and well, you have all of that info in the previous stream. Right, and we made it all the way up to here, to this structure, and now, just as I logged in, I resurrected at this monolith. So we explored all of this last time. We did some quests in the northeastern section of Ancaria here, but I mean, it's the central region of all of the map, but it's the northwestern of the initial region. But well, we cleared this, we cleared all of these with all of the side quests included, and my idea for today is to use the Western Tier Lycia portal to go down there and finally do the strengthening Elixir dungeon that we couldn't do in the past, in the first streams, in the first 2-3 streams. Now that I have an almost complete skill tree, now that we have an almost complete, and I say almost complete because the only thing I couldn't find, it's a second one-handed staff. As soon as I get the set, I'm not making use of my dual wielding stat. Is kind of like the only stat that I couldn't take advantage of because I simply couldn't loot a second one-handed staff. So I'm using, as you can see here, a single two-handed staff that I could find. So yes, essentially the idea is to find a second one-handed staff that will allow me to complete my equipment. But my skill tree now has it's not a full rotation because as you can see there, I still don't have. And we've arrived. See, now with the mount, everything is easier. There we go. I can fight while riding the mount, I'm just limited. I can loot, but I cannot trigger a lot of my abilities. There we go. See? Told you that once we got our ride, the process of doing side quests would become much easier, because it will be much faster to transition from one section of the map to the other. Here, this was the dead end. This was the dead end. I remember that I couldn't. That simply. Yeah, it was the dead end that I wanted to. That I couldn't use to get in the dungeon, because we have another quest there.
Your soul belongs to me.
There we go. So yeah, now we have kind of like a complete early game, at least early game gameplay rotation. I have my doppelganger. I turn my doppelganger into a buff, so I don't have to re-summon it, and that has made my life easier. Right, through here. Do we have enough potions for the dungeon? 77. We shouldn't underestimate them. Buccaneers Captain. Please let me restock. Let me restock, if you don't mind. There we go. I can also buy potions, and let me see if we can have at least let me see if we can. Now I look like the war mage in Warcraft 3. I don't know if you played that one. This is a one-handed staff, but it's common quality. If I could only find a one-handed staff that's at least blue quality, that would be cool. That would be amazing. So let me first restock my potions. Let's do this fast and furious. There we go. More than 100. That should be more than enough. But well, I don't want to. Could you please stop attacking me while I'm restocking? Let me see, because I saw precisely that you have some one-handed staves, but yeah, no, they are just common quality. They're pretty much the same. Alright. Yeah. I need at least blue quality. I wasn't quite lucky with the RNG gods this time, because the stock is kind of like randomly generated every time you transition to a new monolith. Oh, so well. What are you gonna do? All right, we'll do it with my two-handed staff. Here, shall we? I am reserving these points in order to get some more skill points. I remember last time. Hang on a second. Let me see if I could snag one more point for paralyzing dread. That would be distributed 5, 9. That would be 4. I think I could do it. Because I leveled up at the end of the previous stream, I believe. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. We can access the gold talent of paralyzing dread. So, increases the area of effect, increases the Inquisitor's evade chance. This one's pretty good. This is the area of effect for the. Oh, okay. Let's go for confidence. That's an easy one, and then we should modify ruthless mutilation. That's in the gruesome inquisition. 25 out of 31. Let me spend the rest of the points, because we already have a pretty solid skill tree here, and the next one has to be this one. So, yeah, but I have a hard cap here. Let me test it. Anyways, there we go. It's a hard cap. We need to wait until we level up again. So good. I distributed my points perfectly. We'll leave those 3 there just in case as a reserve. Good. Good. let's head over to. Remember, I don't know how to access this dungeon. Don't ask me how. Perhaps I have to get through here, appear here, and then go inside of the real dungeon. But well, for now, we'll try um, strengthening Elixir of the Abyss. Remember, this is a dungeon that we tried at the beginning of our journey, pretty much in the very first streams that we did of this game, and I couldn't do it because I essentially had I didn't have I fucked up my rotation, right? So that's pretty much the idea. So now that we have a mount, now that we have a mount, we should be able to easily recover if we get killed in that dungeon, if you know what I mean. Right? Because we'll be able to easily get back in there, because as you can see there are no monoliths close to that dungeon. That's the issue. You have to do all of this trip again, and the main idea is that that dungeon was extremely difficult because most of my damage was physical, but now most of my damage is indeed fire damage, and I think that will prove to be a huge difference. I think that'll prove to be a huge difference, because remember I wasn't dealing any damage to these specters. It's a dungeon full of ghosts rather than physical enemies. They are all ethereal enemies. And all of these it's terrible if you don't have a horse. Here it's taking me what, a single minute, 1 minute, and back in the day it took me. Okay, back in the day I mean. Let me unmount. I was about to summon my doppelganger, but for some reason my character decided to enter the dungeon without any kind of purpose. But well, what are you gonna do? There we go. You could see that the second I dealt damage, I could kill it. I could kill that thing in.
Ghost.
Alright, there we go.
The power of the Inquisition.
They burn up. That's all I need. They do burn. That's good. I can deal fire damage to them. Can't see shit. Damn it. They still have a pretty that nasty damage over time. But now I'm ready for you. Now I'm ready for this dangerous dungeon. So yes, we begin with a dangerous dungeon that's probably gonna kill me sometimes, but we'll get through. You'll see. Doppelganger, where are ya? Don't force me to begin tinkering with my. I also have more defense against I also have more defense against different types of damage. Here, let me show you so you understand what's the difference. What am I doing here? You can see that most of my damage is now fire, as well as the combat art. But now, thanks to the willpower talent that I've invested some points on. Look at this. I have damage against physical, magic, and poison damage. That means that they can only the most effective way to kill me is to burn me. And honestly, in my experience, poison and most of my deaths have been from upfront magic damage that kills me in one blow. So at least while I'm not killed in one blow, that will ensure, as long as I'm not killed in one blow, that'll ensure that I can survive enough to trigger my now permanent Zealous Doppelganger buff. And with that, people, we'll get through this perilous and tough dungeon that I couldn't beat for a lot of time. There we go, this is the boss. This is one of the bosses that has killed me the most. But now, look at that. Look at that. We could kill him. Last time I tried this, I couldn't even deal damage to that thing. So yeah. I think that was the boss over here. There was another one. Wait, you'll see that I'll approach this extremely slowly. I'll try to get through this extremely slowly because I don't want a horde of them to get to me. And pretty good shadows there, and overwhelm me, and overwhelm my position. You'll see. But the important thing is that now I can at least deal damage to them. Last time I tried this, I couldn't even deal damage to them. Now it's at least it's a fair fight. You see that I still have to use potions, as you can see. Nice guys are there. Which was the let me see the AI command. The AI command, sorry. Distance 1, distance 2, third order distance attack. Or I should go for attack as a group. Perhaps. Attack as group. There we go, attack as group. We are still investigating that. Let's see. Careful because there's a horde up ahead, if I remember correctly. I'll have my buff up preemptively and let's charge. See that magic damage? That lightning is magic damage that would kill me in one blow. That's the main thing. Careful, they still deal quite some damage. It looks like we're good. We died at this spot last time. And by last time I mean 3 to 4 streams ago. Alright, what is this? By the way, today we also need to see if... What are those? Those are not... Those are different. Look at them. By the way, today we have to see if the game does crash. What the... Doppelganger, attack, come on. Right, it's not attacking because I'm not attacking, or what? Yes, this wasn't effective. Let's go for order distance. No. There's a third one there. The biggest one. So we can... So it goes on its own and attacks on its own. Hey, some loot here. I am eager to see what this dungeon had in it to be so... This kind of like the first dungeon in which you need a different type of attack damage rather than physical to proceed, because the ghosts don't take physical damage. I think they are immune straight up. Careful. See, this is what I don't want to happen. For them to surround me and attack me. Hey, that's a living creature, and it has a quest. And I bet it has to do with our quest. So we made it. Hey, that guy helped us. Who are ya? Stop attacking my... This is my companion here. Wait. Please? Don't tell me I have to first get rid of this guy in order to begin this quest. That's pretty much the objective, right? Yeah, it is the objective. What's going on? And I cannot turn the objective... I cannot turn in the quest because I have this degenerate with me. Damn it. I wasn't expecting this. This is the first time it happens. So I have to drop this guy in order to finish my previous quest. That's degeneracy. Damn it. That's so cruel. You have to be kidding me. I don't even have a portal close. That guy had to be dropped at the capital, if I remember correctly. Oh, damn it. Oh, damn it, I'll be forced to go back and drop this guy first. Stop killing him, he's... I don't know why the two NPCs don't like each other. Shit. What's this? Is there a boss? I don't see any other boss in here. Let us kill each other. He definitely is killing me. But I cannot deal damage. No. Right. We have a problem. We have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Looks like the NPC that I have to turn in the dungeon quest doesn't like my guy here that I'm escorting for another quest. We have to drop this idiot first. Damn it. And I just touched the other resurrection monolith. Damn it. Oh well, anyways, the other one was here. It would have been worse. We'll have to make a rush for the capital. We'll have to make a rush for the capital. Damn it. Shit. What a terrible twist of fate. Oh well, we could finish the dungeon easily. Ah well. We could finish the dungeon easily. Let's drop this guy so this does never happen again. This is the first time I see this happening. It's kind of like, I don't know. So I have to get rid of my escort here. Unexpected news is the quest. It's at the capital, right? Was at the capital? Yeah, unexpected news there. Well, God damn it. Well, people, get ready. We have a long journey ahead of us. I should definitely find one more portal. As I was saying, let's just hope that the game doesn't crash. Let's just hope that the game... Let's hope the game doesn't crash this time. I activated borderless gaming after I opened borderless gaming after activating my second monitor. We'll make the game load in a lot of assets as we get to the capital pretty fast here. So this will be kind of like the ultimate proof. Once again, if the game doesn't crash, we need to test it if the game doesn't crash, because last time it crashed once again, and I hate that because I never end up being sure 100% if the game, if I have indeed fixed the game's issues or not. Okay. This shouldn't take long now that we have our mount. We should be right there pretty fast. See, this is the huge benefit of having a mount in this game. I would say it's essential to have a mount other than anything. So let's see. They should have made mounts kind of like available even at the first town, because otherwise it's way too slow. Let me activate the monolith in case they kill me, because here this is new terrain that I haven't explored at all. We'll leave this resurrection monolith up so we can go back there once we finish our quest. Once we finish our quest, let me get rid of this generate. Ignore, we'll ignore everything. We'll ignore everything. Hold up, new quest received. I don't know how I just got a new quest if we haven't stopped at all. Wow, that's a lot of new enemy variety. Ignore what your eyes may be seeing, people, because this is all We'll explore all of this terrain. I'm just getting rid of the degenerate. I cannot believe it. There we go, and this has to be the capital. Thylysium. Yeah, we've arrived. It wasn't that bad. La 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 la, so this is the capital of Ancaria. Let me drop this idiot. Yes, we know we'll have a lot of quests in here once we reach it, but we still haven't. And we won't for a while. I mean, for a while. It technically is our next stop. But first I need to drop this degenerate so we can finish the quest. I didn't see that coming, that I couldn't turn in that dungeon after clearing it. Just because I was being followed by... Just because I had to escort this guy to the capital. I just hope the game doesn't crash right now. Through here it's difficult to figure out. Let me unmount. This is a bit difficult to figure out where I have to drop this guy. I love it. As I want to get rid of all of the people that I'm escorting, another one I get a quest randomly. It should be here. Should be here. You're at home. Please stop following me. Stop following me. It's over. I've already escorted ya. I'm literally on top of the... What do I have to do to get rid of this guy? Let me review the quest. We'll also have to do this one. Unexpected news. It's unexpected news. I am supposed to deliver the soldier's letter to his betrothed. I delivered the letter, but Meliondor wanted to kill me because it contains some bad news. The soldier wants to break up with his betrothed. I have to make Meliondor come to his senses until he's... We've already done this. Unexpected message. He came to his senses and wants to accompany me to his sister so he can comfort him. Tasks, contact, fiancé. Where is it? I see no one in here. Fiancé. Up ahead. Right there. There we go. There we go. Finally. He's leaving me. Why is he doing this to me? Yes.
The mission was a great success.
You all... Please. And now... Meliondor? What? What's going on? What's going on there? Right. Why are you still following me? The betrothed receives the bad news. Oh well, that's life. Okay, that's it. Why are you still following me? That's it. That's it. I think we've finished the quest. Why is this idiot still... Why is the health bar still there? Don't tell me I have to talk to him again. Why is the quest not complete? Where are you going? It's over. The quest is over. Unexpected news? Ready. Why is this still here? Hopefully it will update next time we log in, I guess. Alright. We need to get rid of the other quest. I know, but I have a... Good, we unlocked a portal here. Good. Good. We also unlocked Thylysium's portal. Here, hold up. We'll... Sadly, I'm forced to also do this quest. This is the first quest that I have to kind of like do. Without This is the first quest that I had to do without actually kind of like that I get automatically.
Your death came almost too easily.
There we go. Where's my doppelganger?
Victory.
Ah, it must be still at Thylysium. Let's resummon it. Come back, my boy. Come back to your master. Come back to your master. Okay. Alright, hold up. We got a quest here. Somehow. Highwayman defeated. That's it. Where is my doppelganger? Okay. What the? It's not taking damage. Ah, it had some kind of temporal immunity, because then it died instantly. Alright. Stop. Stop. I think we finished the quest. I think we've already finished the quest. Let me see. It was hold up. Hold up. Here we go. Hold up. A woman is being harassed by the brigands. I'm going to teach the scoundrel some manners. Yeah, I had to kind of like kill. I cannot believe I have to do this before going back to the dungeon. I didn't know that in this game you couldn't. It's the first time it happens that I cannot complete a dungeon. Oh, that thing killed me in one blow. Fortunately, I have my doppelganger up. Oh, careful. They had some kind of temporal immunity, these skeletons, that I cannot deal damage for a bit of time, and then they die instantly. So it's a temporal.
Undead.
What's going on? It's not taking damage. There we go. There we go. Nice. Looks like I killed all the brigands. Is it complete? Nope, it's not complete. Kill, tasks. Oh well. Looks like we'll be able to complete the dungeon now. Let's go back. Let's go back. Besides, now we have unlocked Thylysium's portal and we have that monolith. So let me go back. We'll use yeah, now that I have Thylysium, let's go back and do the dungeon, because I want to finish that quest, because we had this quest. I think that quest, this dungeon that we're about to do, I had to do it at the beginning of the series, kind of like it was one of the first dungeons we had to do, but since ghosts wouldn't take physical damage. Come on, where are you, my boy? Where are you? There you are. Let's go. I should have teleported mounted. So let's do it. Let's get back there. And do that quest once and for all. I am confident some ghosts won't be able to kill me now, so I'll not update the teleportation. I'll not update the teleportation monolith. Good. Like this. Alright, so then... Hey, loot! Free loot! Thank you. Thank you for the free loot. I'm pretty confident they won't kill me. I won't activate them. Well, but no, yeah. Let's do that. Because even if they kill me, I now have Thylysium's portal. So it's even better to activate it. Let's activate it. Let's activate it. Let's activate it. Anyways, I don't think they'll kill me. But just in case, just so I don't make you waste your time watching me come all the way back here. So, yeah, pretty much. Just so you don't see me come all the way back here, because it's a long trip. So we did a side quest first, and now we'll do the dungeon again. We have one more quest there, I believe. I believe there's one more quest there that I haven't done. Yeah, we had to. I cannot believe I had to kind of like get rid of that to finish that quest before. To finish that quest before doing this dungeon. Right. Let me resummon my doppelganger, shall we? Let's get inside. Alright, finally. Looks like we'll have to do the dungeon again, or what? Let me resummon. Alright. Yeah, we'll have to do the dungeon again. Well, now I can see that I get killed. I did it first try, yeah, some 5 minutes ago, and now I get killed. Well, at least we get twice the loot. Let's see. Well, at least I'll be able to verify if it was. There it is. Careful. Careful, careful. This one can kill you in one blow easily. There we go. There we go. There we go. And I'm not at full power yet. I'm using only one. I'm not dual wielding. Good, look at that. See. Well, at least we can verify that it wasn't a coincidence that I finished the dungeon first try. Careful with that lightning. That that lightning is pretty powerful. Nice. But I also have lightning. It's on cooldown. See, this is one of the things that I don't like about the game. That you don't have any animation on the icons of the abilities to tell you how many seconds are left. Yeah, you have the clock animation there, but you have the clock animation there, but you don't have the exact amount of time of the cooldown ability. For example, in World of Warcraft, that's one of the most common add-ons that I remember installing, because in games that make heavy use of cooldown abilities, they need to have the ideal situation is to have the exact amount of time for the cooldown. Well, let's see if we can turn in this quest right now. And I presume it will give me... First, let me ensure that they don't kill me right at the end of the dungeon. Wait, because the last checkpoint is pretty far away. Now, can I interact it? Let me finish the quest. Yeah, now I can interact with it, people. Habis Wilgarian. This elixir is for me, right? Alright, I'll drink it, yes, I will. I will leave this peaceful place soon and... Sorry, the children of light will be destroyed. Here, take this as a small... pardon as a reward. Let's see what's the reward.
Task has been accomplished.
Ah, just a light though. Well, finally, people, this quest, we started it at the beginning of the series, and we couldn't do it because I didn't understand. I couldn't do it because I didn't understand how armor types and damage types worked in this game. I couldn't kill the ghosts, not because of my overall, my total amount of damage, but because of the type of damage I was dealing. So I wanted to explain this because, look, now you can see here that most of my damage is fire damage instead of physical, and the ghosts were immune to physical damage. I know it now, it sounds as it makes sense, but consider that these games back in the day had those thick written guides that we've commented, and this game doesn't explain you that when you start playing. So I simply didn't understand how to deal damage to the ghosts. Now that we have fire damage, I wonder why is it that I cannot interact with those. Let me see if there's any other secret. We are doing a 100% completion after all. No, looks like this is the end of the dungeon. They're just there to... No, I cannot deal damage or anything. Yeah, this is the end of the dungeon. Let's go back. So, as you can see, we are doing a 100% completion, people. And pretty much we've cleared all of the side quests in the initial region of Ancaria. Now, thanks to our previous quest, we got a foothold here, and we can use the portal to Thylysium. But I will explore today. Now that we finished the dungeon, we'll explore the northeastern section of Ancaria, of the central region of Ancaria, right? So that's basically the plan for today. I still don't know how to access this dungeon, so first we'll go back to the Resurrection Monolith and see if we can finish this is a small dungeon. But I think you can only access it through another dungeon. So let me see, because now I have an idea. Let me call my horse. Come my boy. There you are. Okay. Let's get on with it, people. We have hundreds and hundreds of quests to finish, and hundreds of level design and gameplay elements to review and analyze. So, if I'm not mistaken, I think I'll able to access that dungeon. Because this is the only quest I have been unable since we started the series to access. I need to kill this Captain Bloodtongue. I cannot access it through here. We've already seen it. So I think somehow this dungeon is linked to this exit, which will lead me to the objective. So let's see. I want to finish all of... This is the last quest that I have in this region, because I want to transition to the next region. There's the entrance. So we'll begin with the dungeon here. Second dungeon of the day. Today we are doing a lot of dungeons that we couldn't finish at the beginning of the series due to me not understanding damage types. Let me resummon my doppelganger. And notice this: I couldn't do the previous dungeon until I actually understood the damage types thoroughly, people. That tells you how incredibly well balanced the game is in terms of not only scaling, because we've already seen that the game has the internal clock that makes enemies stronger for as long as you don't die, but also the fact that enemies scale to your level gives this game an edge in terms of level design mechanics. Why? And this is something that we've commented at the beginning of the series. Because while it is a double-edged sword, because indeed it has a higher initial learning curve, because you cannot go back to zones with lower level enemies and do brain dead farming. For example, think about, just to use a common example that everyone, or mostly everyone, understands or has seen. World of War. Hey, we have another quest inside of this weird cave, or is this the objective? Is that Captain Bloodtongue? I think it is. So we have a boss fight ahead of us, or what? Ah, no, it's another quest. Psst, not so loud or they'll hear us. Rengelwin, I believe. Rengelwin, yeah. Sent ya, didn't he? Yes, I know that I'm late. I'm stuck here. This place is crawling with pirates. I was lucky to get down here alive. There's no way that I can get out of the place on my own. Alright, escort mission. Pretty easy. Captain Bloodtongue. Ah, no, it's our quest. It's our quest. Hey, we got a legendary. Chillon's Might. Inform Rengelwin about the situation in the caves. Tell me about the commanding officer where I am. I've been seen here in the caves. I'll stay down here and watch. One more thing, tell him that I'm not hiding here out of fear, and that I'm prepared to risk my life, my health, and my pension for our land. That's those are some huge words. Risking the pension. I certainly wouldn't do that. No, there it is. There's one more objective. The center of power? No, that's our main objective. Okay, let's explore the rest of the dungeon, since we are doing a 100% completion, and this is kind of like the edge of the map, and we've explored kind of like everything in the initial region. We can say that now it's empty. Let me push until we get over there, because I am under the impression that we'll eventually exit the dungeon, and this area is also part of the map, and this one as well, because I saw some inactive resurrection monoliths here and here. Let me push, because I think the map is even bigger. Or is it a dead end? Is this a dead end? Let me check the local map. No, there are more enemies up ahead. Let me see. So as I was mentioning, sorry that I had to turn in the quest. The learning curve of the game is the initial learning curve is pretty steep. It's pretty steep. It's pretty steep, and that's a double-edged sword in terms of accessibility when attracting new players. But the scaling, which is one of the reasons the game is so difficult to understand at the beginning. Is this poison? Am I going to take damage? I know, it's just environmental. One of the very reasons the scaling, the automatic scaling, see that enemies always match the player's level. While it makes accessibility worse, because it makes the learning curve steeper at the beginning, it also ensures that the replayability aspect of this game is much more superior to, let's say, will include both isometric action RPGs and MMORPGs at the time, and even modern games. Think about it. First, I'll cite kind of like a contemporary example to this game. World of Warcraft, let's say 2004 was the release date, by let's say Wrath of the Lich King 2008. The same as this game. Think about World of Warcraft, just to use, as I said, an example that everyone has played or at least seen. A popular game. Can you go back to the initial zone of your toon, of your player character in World of Warcraft, and play the game as if it was the Wrath of the Lich King expansion zones? No, because like in most games, you go from level 1 to level 60, 80 or whatever, and you cannot go back and play the game at the initial zone that you started the game at, right? So that's a quite positive aspect that the game developers of this game, I think that's a boss, thought about. Damn it, it killed my doppelganger in one blow. Let me resummon it, because if it kills me... That's a very, very positive aspect, because think of it. You are adding a lot of replayability to the game just by making the mobs level always scale to the player level. It adds an insane amount of replayability. You can literally play the game endlessly you can finish the game, get to level 80, let's say, and go back to the initial zone in which you started playing, and you'll be able to face those enemies, Damn it. Woof. That was a pretty good hit, my boy. You killed me in one blow. It's time to retreat and resummon the doppelganger, wait. Or kill him. Well, I was lucky, because I didn't have my buff up. So, as I was mentioning, it adds an insane amount of replayability. I know it's a subtle detail. I know it is a very subtle detail. But
I don't have room for this item.
As I said, it adds an insane amount of replayability, because you can go back to the initial zone and play it as if you were playing, as if you were battling the final boss of the game. Hey, wait! I can summon dungeons I can summon my mounts inside of dungeons, but where am I? I don't have the map. Let's use the local map. I believe that you can only use the local map in dungeons, in this case, to navigate. I don't know where I'm getting into, people, by the way. We are exploring kind of like the very edge of the map. It's kind of like uncharted territory. So yes, I think that I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, but now that I understand the core gameplay mechanics of armor types and damage types, it has a totally different connotation. Why? Because now, in our mental model of the gameplay mechanics of the game, we can link the fact that different damage types can either work or not work on different enemy types. For example, the physical damage you just saw in the dungeon that we completed, that I couldn't complete for 4 or 5 streams, that I could finally complete it because now I have fire damage. And this makes it different, because this makes my initial statement have a completely different connotation. Why? Imagine this. Imagine that I'm not doing a 100% completion of the game, right? Imagine. Let's suppose that instead of doing this, I just go straight for the capital, and I skip the I think I may have to use my divine gift. Wait. Imagine I skip the elixir dungeon that we just saw at the beginning of the stream, in which I could only deal damage to the ghosts by having fire damage. Imagine that. Imagine that I skipped it. And I was never aware of it. That I skipped a lot of side quests instead of doing a 100% completion. I make it to the capital. I get to level, I don't know, I'm 26. Let's imagine I get to level 40 or 35 or whatever. That I progress through the game without doing side quests. Right? What happens, or what would have happened if if I realize then, it's a hypothetical situation because we are doing a 100% completion. Imagine I do that, I progress through the game a lot, and I realize that I didn't do some side quests, right? And then I want to go back and replay them. What would have happened if the game didn't have this amazing scaling level system? Well, it would have happened what indeed happens in World of Warcraft, that you have to end up skipping content. right? And skipping content equals less replayability. I think it makes all the sense in the world. Pure logic. So the game, what I'm trying to convey here is that the developers of the game were able to design a scaling system that perfectly complements the level design of a huge open world RPG. I think it's an amazing level design and scalability solution. I think it's amazing because in this game, if that would have happened, if I had skipped, indeed, pretty much all of the side quests, pretty much the opposite of what we are doing, that I've explained why I do it, because I think it's essential to play a game on the hardest difficulty available and achieve 100% completion to discern the true nature, the intrinsic and metaphysical essence of both the gameplay mechanics, the level design. Well, the graphics we can tell by... Well, you also miss a lot of things if you don't do a 100% completion in a lot of games, and you even miss on graphical effects. But the two most important elements you miss, you cannot get to the nature, the intrinsic nature, the inherent nature of the gameplay mechanics. If you play a game on easy mode, I'm not saying it's a sin or anything like that, or any crazy or absolutist ideas like that. I'm saying that it's most probable that you won't get to the core essence of the gameplay mechanics if the game doesn't push you to the limit of your learning curve capabilities, right? So, since we are doing that, we usually don't encounter, since I usually do 100% completion walkthroughs. This massive door appears to have been closed for a long time. Alright, so this is part of another quest that we yet don't have. Alright, but we pushed it to the edge of the map. I wonder where are we? Hey, look at that. Yeah, this looks like a hard cap. Fortunately, I think we have a portal there. And there was another exit, so don't worry, we'll get to those. The idea is that since that doesn't happen, since I usually do 100% completion of games, usually it makes it more subtle, more difficult to see, because we're exploring everything, we're showcasing everything, I'm kind of like analyzing it step by step. But imagine for a second that we do exactly the opposite. As I said, skip all of the side quests and that. The game ensures that you can come back here, and do this quest, for example, or do the dungeon that we did at the beginning of the stream, or the the dozens upon dozens of quests that we've done throughout the series. You can backtrack naturally in this game. The level design has such a perfectly engraved, is so perfectly intertwined with the gameplay, with the scaling system of the game, that the level design gets the benefit of having a perfect scaling. It's complemented by a perfect scaling to enhance replayability. It enhances replayability in such an incredible way. I haven't seen this system in most isometric action RPGs or even MMORPGs. So in terms of the innovation category of the analysis, it's a system, the scaling system of this game, it's so incredibly unique that it enhances replayability in such a subtle way that it's naturally integrated with the level design. And it's amazing. And these are things that, as I always say, most game reviewers, professional, between quotes, usually take for granted. That's the problem. When you're reviewing a game, the core idea is that you cannot take even the slightest detail for granted. Because if you take the slightest detail for granted, you are ignoring the very inherent nature of what you are reviewing. Because imagine I ignored all of this, like most people usually do while playing, and that's normal and natural, that you aren't actively reviewing the game. But the idea is that if you are reviewing games, instead of just playing them, you cannot take anything for granted. You cannot take anything for granted because that stupid, call it whatever you want, stupid, subtle, um, let's say perfectly engraved, uh, slight. Hey, Scarlet Dragoon, how goes the Inquisitor? How are you, Scarlet? How are you? Very, very well. And hello. Yes, I have something. I made a lot of progress. I finally understood the skill tree that you so courteously explained me so many times, and I didn't understand it. Now I understand it. Look at this. Now I understand the skill tree 100%. Look at this. Look at this. Wait. Look at this, Scarlet. Look at this. I no longer suck. Look at this. I no longer suck. Lots of work, aggro, so we'll see. I've already, at the beginning of this stream, I just finished that dungeon with the spirits. I just finished it. I was dealing physical damage, and they were immune to physical damage. I finally understood it. Look at this. I've learned how to modify my abilities. I'm sorry, Scarlet. You explained it to me so many times at the beginning of the game, and I didn't understand it. The learning curve of this game is certainly amazing because I didn't know. Yeah, modifying those are cool and important, definitely. And look at this. I also respect, and I managed to kind of like concentrate all of my weapon on magic staves. The problem is that I haven't found, I'm still looking for a second one-handed staff. And in the previous stream, well, in the previous stream, by the end of it, more or less, I did my first world boss after 8 streams. On stream number 8, on my 8th stream, I did the first world boss. Yeah, he's fun. Yeah, he would kill me in one blow with the boulder, kind of like, on stream number 7, and then I realized it, and I avoided the boulder. Blind Guardian Consort, I know what you are talking about. Look at this. Ah, right, I didn't show you the map. I was so lost in that dungeon. Here. I know what you are talking about. It's this one. I already made it. We can do it now. We can do it now. Now that I have a portal here. I just had to... Did you know that? Did you know that you cannot turn in some quests without getting rid of some escorts? It's cool. Gives you some cool weapons. Drumstick is 1 hour wand. 1 hour or 1H? What do you mean? 1 hour wand? What? What do you mean 1 hour wand? What is it? Don't tell me you have more crazy trick. One-handed. One-handed. Sorry. I'm so used. One-handed is that time. Sorry. Yeah. So the wand drumstick is one. So I can. Yeah, but wand. Are they affected by a different damage modifier? Are they affected by a different damage modifier? I don't know. I'll have to investigate it. Yeah, we can do that crazy band after I understand where I am. I'm kind of like lost. See, last time I cleared all of this, then I went all the way here. This is probably the starting point of the Dryad or something. I got all the way up to here. I could kill the second boss here, the Griffin, so I already have 2 world bosses under my belt. I already have 2, and I am progressing much faster because look at this. Dryad is near water. Okay, so I don't know what this place was. I got there. It has an amazing, I've commented this. This game has an amazing reflection system in terms of the graphics because the glass is here. You can check out the previous stream right by the end. they had real-time reflections back in 2008. That's incredibly amazing. And besides all of that, look at this. It was a pretty crazy moment on Tuesday because look at this. Now I know how to summon mounts. If it would just appear. I am amazed at the pathfinding system. Where are ya? Damn it. The horse is not finding me. There it is. Look at this. Yeah, those side areas are cool. Also, rare mobs can spawn there. How I got my super rare tree pet. I am wondering about something. Now that I'm kind of like, let's say we're not at mid game gameplay mechanics, but since I'm doing a 100% completion, I'm having a lot of kind of like weapon and armor sets, and I am wondering which has higher quality, green armor, green, um, or like this stuff, kind of like dark orange, because I don't know if you happen to know it, but I honestly don't know which one is higher, because in the classic Blizzard system of grading quality for items, generally gold is kind of like top quality, but I haven't stumbled upon any um, any gold armor, kind of like dark orange armor quality. Only weapons, and that's kind of like weird. Let me resummon the doppelganger because I think it's stuck in the dungeon. And if I get killed, I'll have to go all the way back. I don't know if you've ever seen. Yeah, sorry that I depends on class build. Sometimes set effects are solid, but have you seen in when you play the game? Have you seen kind of like dark orange quality gear? Have you at least seen it? Because I still haven't seen it, and by now I am not sure if I should have seen it.
Don't have room for this item.
I honestly haven't seen it even once. I think so. Like here, like I've seen like this, like yellowish, and that's kind of like, as I understand, using the classic Blizzard loot classification system, this is like legendary. But I haven't seen any piece of armor like this one, like my magic staff. Like this Tensan Wheels Legacy. I don't know if you can see it because
Power emanates from this item.
because my camera is on top of it. Yeah, should be for sure. Yeah, should be for sure. So we'll see then. We'll see then, because
You don't have any room left for that.
I haven't stumbled upon even a single one. Even a single one. Get a lot of game yet to go. Yep, as you can see here. We are only... But I cleared the whole first area. Huh? There aren't any other side quests. Look at this. Look at this. Feels so clean. Look at... We have more quests in here. It's insane. Yeah, now I see what you meant when you said it's crazy to do a 100% completion of this game. You were definitely right. But the game is fun. It has amazing mechanics. I was mentioning the scalability, and it's solid. Now that I understood, I've understood finally how to properly create the gameplay rotation. It's amazing. Yeah, I've done all side quests in the first area. Takes a long time. Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible that the developers of this game took the time to do all of this. It's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. This game must have been in development for so much time. Do you have old gem sets in bottom left? No, I'm just using this one because most of the time I am... Let me show you my armor. Most of the time I found that, at least in the first area, or just poison. Assume a fire set would be useful. I have relics here. I do have them here. I do have. The thing is that most of the time so far I've been killed by kind of like one hit kill magic damage. Kind of like poison is damage over time, and I have a defense. I do have a defense because I invested some points. I've also invested points on willpower. I respect again, and I transferred all of my strength to intelligence since I'll use only staves, and then willpower, which uh, it weakens damage over time. It makes it deal less damage over time, be it burn, poison, and the rest. So I'm kind of like using willpower to cover fire and poison, and those two to kind of like cover that brutal magic damage that was killing me most of the time. That was killing me most of the time. That was killing me most of the time. Uh, so yeah, pretty much, pretty much.
Hey player,
It's
there is no time.
and look at this. I could finish today that damn dungeon about the ghosts thanks to the fire damage. Thanks to the fire damage. So yeah, the problem was that I was dealing physical damage and the ghosts were immune to it. Getting some skills to 75 is important as it gives third stats. Like armor at 75 will get stat for damage reduction, I think. I also got something that's helping me, that I've noticed that it's helping me, but I got it at the end of the previous stream, so I couldn't analyze it a lot. I think it was here. It was a pretty powerful amulet. Like this. I got this thing. Probably this is also the reason why I am not feeling a lot of damage over time. Like this plus willpower, it's kind of like it's 10% plus 10% on everything plus plus the willpower that I just showed you. Like I invested kind of like 10 points here on willpower. I don't know what the percentage, the exact percentage, it doesn't tell you, but that plus this talisman, it's kind of like I'm sure it's giving me at least 20% reduction on damage over time. So it's I made a pretty decent build once I understood things, how they worked. So yeah, pretty much it's amazing. I have 3 sets of this Illigard's armor set, and yeah, pretty much. It looks like we're at the end of the map. Reporting to Rangelwin, we can use a resurrection monolith. We can finish that, and that's our last quest here. The last quest of the region. Then we'll do that Blind Guardian quest that you mentioned me, because I read it that it's kind of like a band playing music or some crazy shit like that. So this is the edge of the map, basically. Or there's one more dungeon. I think we can go even further beyond. We can leave it here and finish this next time and go back there, because we're not doing even side quests. I don't even know where we are now. So yeah, pretty much. Ah, look at this. This is something that I wanted to show you. Look at this. I know an old school player like you will also appreciate it. Look at this. A mint condition GameCube joystick. I showed it some streams ago. It's a mint condition GameCube joystick. Would you believe I found it for such a low price? I think it was something like $20, $30. It's in mint condition. Damn it, I don't know how it got up to here, all the way up to now, without it. It kind of like had no use. And the GameCube was released back in 2003. It's extremely comfortable. And it's amazing to play Smash Bros and other Wii and GameCube games. Amazing, absolutely amazing. I used up until now I used kind of like one that was kind of like not original, and I really felt the difference. I really felt the difference. Damn it. I felt like I've been eating food with my hands with non-original GameCube joystick. It's a huge difference. Kind of like the pressure of the buttons. It's so different that you can feel it. That you can feel it a lot. It's amazing. So yeah. And I got it in mint condition. Something a joystick from 2003. It was kind of like amazing. They're so difficult to find nowadays because there's the refresh, let's say, the second model that Nintendo released, and I'm so happy I got one of these because this is the original from 2003. And besides, it's black instead of indigo or orange or the other crazy colors. Like this one, it's exactly like the rest of my joysticks. I don't know why I never had any joystick that isn't black. It's always been the same. It wasn't intentional. It has never been intentional. But yeah, all of my joysticks are black. Like, look at this, black. Black as well. Black as well. Even my PS Vita and my 3DS, they are also black. And consider that the only real black 3DS is the one I have. It's the only model. The other ones are kind of like it's kind of like a dark blue. The only true black model is the Solgaleo and Lunala new 3DS XL. That's why it's sometimes so sought after. Speaking of which, I still need to do the ultimate, and the massive door appears to be closed for a long time. To have been closed for a long. Well, yeah. I think we got up to this point last time. Yeah, it's pretty much the end of the map up to now. Look at this. Yeah, we got pretty much to the end of the world map up to here. Let's turn in the report, and let's go back to the capital and do that blind guardian crazy quest, because I do want to see what it may be, because we've had that quest since the beginning of the series. We've had this quest since the beginning of the series. If I teleport, it should be right over there, right? So let's activate the monolith. Let's activate the monolith, and I cannot imagine once I get a second one-handed staff. I cannot imagine how it will look like to fight on top of the horse. Like I mentioned this last time, like it will be like riding the horse without hands, like attacking like this. It will be a pretty weird animation, I believe. Alright, I've also learned how to quick sell stuff. Look at this. Look at this. So fast. 47, no, we just looted this one. 81 armor, what a beast. Ilgard's consistency. Ah, we already have it. Ah, so you can loot the same item twice. Like, I have two of these. Ah, but the level has changed. Look at that, 15, 24. Alright, so it's a no-brainer. It's the same. It's the same stats. They're the same stats. Chillon's Might. Legendary Belt. Dalen's Wrath. This one I remember it. Tant Cask. No. I need to store this. Harbinger's Skull Cap. Not for my class. No. 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 Scathram Spolders. 59. I don't have 19. Get out of here. Good. Good. Let me replace the potions that we just Look at this. I also learned how to do this, and that has changed my life ever since. Ah, yes. Alright. Let me summon my boy. We need to name this guy because this horse is just called Saddle Horse, kind of like the others had names. Let's call him Rex. Let's call him Rex. Like, look at this. I cannot imagine this animation with two one-handed staves. God damn it. Like, can you imagine that attack animation? Like, it'll be like Gandalf in the Lord of the Rings at Helm's Deep, but like if you've seen that the final battle in the Lord of the Rings 2, I remember that. I don't know how the actor did it, or if it was a real horse, but kind of like he had the sword in one hand and the staff in one hand and in the other hand, and I cannot imagine how they recorded that scene when they go back and when they return and take back Helm's Deep. I cannot imagine how he could ride that horse because it was like without hands, the others at least could use one hand, but I don't know how the actors did it. But it has always intrigued me how they did it, because how do you ride a horse without your hands? Like, I know it's over there. Perfect. Aha, so he's riding down there, is he? Well, I'll have to send some men to rescue him eventually, but we'll have to hold his horses for a while yet. Yeah, thank you for your help. Another quest. There is one more quest. Damn it. Damn. Then don't worry. Anyways, by the end of the game, if we ever get it before next year, I will kind of like check all of the sections to see if we've done everything. Find and eliminate the Dread Pirate Bloodtongue, as I suspected, kill the leader, blah 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 blah.
Will take care of this matter.
Ah, but it's not here. Ah, yeah, it's at the end of the quest. That was the locked door. Let's do the Blind Guardian quest. Now that we're here, I can come back and finish this later. I want to see what that was about. I've delayed that quest long enough, and we've had it since... I think you are given that quest at the beginning of the game, pretty much. So it's high time we finish it. It's true. Where is it? Blind Guardian. Besides, it's some kind of crazy band. There was something here. Look at this. Look at this. This is getting crazy. Where is it? We also need to finish that Corn Circles, the one about the aliens. There's even a quest about aliens in this game. The Corn Circles. Here it is. Ah, it's already selected. My bad. Blind Guardian is given a concert in Ankara. That is my kind of music, but nowhere is there a sign of it. Maybe because the advertising column isn't invented yet. But there must be some indications. Wherever the band is, the concert could not be far away, right? So I only need to find the band. Well, yes. That does not help me either. I love it how the game says it couldn't be far away, right? Like, it gives you this quest at the beginning of the game, and it's at the capital. There must be some metal fans around. Maybe they can tell where and when the concert takes place, or where the band is. Yeah, it doesn't tell you anything. Damn it, the permanent doppelganger buff has changed my life. There are 3 things that have changed my life in this game. Riding a horse, auto looting, auto area of effect looting, and the Celos doppelganger permanent modification buff. They have changed my perspective on the gameplay mechanics since then. So yeah, pretty much. Hey, there we go. It's updating. Or not. Or some other quest just got updated. Alright, we have pretty... kind of like since we finished all of the side quests over at the rest of the region, we have thousands upon thousands of quests here. So, the Metal Fan. We need to find the Metal Fan, that one. Blind Guardian Fan, here we are. Have you heard? Blind Guardian are playing a concert around here. My aunt is going, but I'm not allowed to. Mom always says that I can listen to that kind of music when she's... that I can listen to that kind of music when she's 6 feet under. Wow, what does that mean?
Glory and power.
Let's see what I get.
Power.
Drumstick. Hey, it's the one that you were commenting. Ah, now I see. It's the one that you were commenting. Modifier sword weapons.
Power emanates from this item.
Drumstick, attack value, regeneration time, opponent's defense value. Damn it. Yeah, but the modifier is the sword. It's sword weapons, and I think I have none. I don't have any single point on strength. Might be different one. Ah, all right. First of all, what's this? Is this kind of like a... yeah, it's a wand. You told me it's a wand, like in Harry Potter. Yeah, yeah, but the modifier of this weapon is sword weapons. And I need kind of like something like this. See, it's kind of like in red, the modifier. I will not take advantage. Guitar, drumstick, can't remember others. Have to find them all. Ah, wait, the quest doesn't end here then. Let's see how it got updated. Ah, it's kind of like a fetch quest. I got a souvenir. There must be metal fans around in plural. Yeah, so different ones. It's kind of like a souvenir quest. Hey, what's this? I've never seen this symbol before. Fast travel. It must be some. Should be marked on the map. All right. Then the next metal fan or whatever should be far away. Or are they all around here? No. That would be way too dumb. And I've learned that the developers of this game, if there's something that they definitely aren't, it's dumb. Let me finish this hold up quest before it gets bugged. Let me finish it because I don't think it's Shika Alana. No. It must be on other settlements. It must be on this thing or something like that. We'll see. This game is so full of mysteries that you cannot unravel them all at once. Let's finish this hold up quest before it gets bugged. Should be in first area. Might have to turn in first one. Wait, let me see the status of the quest. Or where the concert takes place, or where the band is, or something useful. I got a souvenir. It's not telling me this degenerate. Let's see. You said it's in the initial area. I can go there fast. I have the portal. Somewhere. Or the fan. Yeah. Let me see. Hey, I can Google it. It would take away part of the fun of discovering it. But big town, then small town north. Not sure what quest was above. The thing is that I finished all of the quests. Big town, then small town to the north. Not sure what quest was above. Ah, yeah, I think I know which one you mean. Twainbrook. Has to be Twainbrook. Has to be Twainbrook. What's the big circle? Ah, there. In gray area? This one, in the middle of nothingness? Could be? Hold up. Has to be that one. This circle, you mean? In gray area? I think that's
A.
one of the people
Player,
that I was
are
meant
you
to
holding the
escort,
crisis of faith?
and
Or are
and
you
it kind of
living
like
through
gets
the battle of the curve?
automatically. That's why I don't want the
Ah,
quest to bug.
there's
It's
still
this
a lot to
quest and
do
this
if
kind
we're
of
going
like
to purge the land of unbelief.
the person that I need to escort here, and every time I kind of like fast travel. That's why I wanted to finish it before it gets bugged. It kind of like teleports somewhere randomly. Something like see this guy Mel doing quests around there should work. Let's see. I think it's bugged or something. This guy Meliondor. This guy Meliondor is from a quest called Unexpected News, and I just finished the quest, and the health bar is not going, so I don't know. So hey, we have free loot in here. So I don't know what's gonna happen there. The quest, fortunately, is already marked as finished in here. Unexpected news. I don't know, but I saw the tick. I saw the tick. It did work here. Unexpected news. The betrothed received bad news. Oh well, that's life. And the guy. There's the other one. Melialin. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let's try to finish it now because I wasn't expecting that. It's right there, so it shouldn't take me that much. And I want to make sure that the least amount of quests get bagged. That Meliondor, I don't know, perhaps next time I refresh the game, maybe if I exit and enter, it will update. I don't know. But let's see if I can finish this quest. We need to drop Melialin because we haven't finished it. It's that hold up quest. I've explored a lot of things that this game has, besides world bosses. As I've said, it has quests about aliens, about wine, about everything. It's amazing. The game did crash on Tuesday, and today it hasn't crashed, so it won't crash. So I discovered a second aspect that I should pay attention to. If you activate borderless gaming before before um, before turning on your second monitor, the game crashes. That's the reason why it crashed again. That's the very reason, because it was the only difference possible. I still haven't used compatibility mode, but you have to kind of like, if you're playing on a single monitor, it's not a problem. But here, since I need to look at the stream, the bitrate, and the chat, I have to use I use my TV as a second monitor, and looks like that somehow interferes with the game's delicate full screen issues. So yeah, but if you played on one monitor, you shouldn't have any issues. If you played with a second monitor active, now I discovered that you have to activate borderless gaming after after you before you open the game, but after you turned on your second monitor. It's the only logical reason. I mean, it's the only difference why some days it crashes and some days it doesn't. So it's kind of like this sequence. First, have the kind of like the prepare your setup. For most people, it will be only one monitor. Then turn on borderless gaming, and only after you do that, open the game. And with that order, the game still hasn't crashed. It has only crashed if I turned on borderless gaming after opening the game or before activating my two monitors for the stream. So this game has been such a ride in terms of technical issues. I only remember something as brutal as this with very few games
Your soul belongs to me.
like well, Pokemon TCG, Pokemon Play TCG from the year 1999 to make it work on Windows 10 when we showcased it. Um, when we showcased it, and now it crashes. And there we go. All right, that debunks my theory. The game crashed even now. All right, and here I thought I had everything solved. This game loves to make me look like an idiot. Let's try compatibility mode. Let's try compatibility mode, shall we? Because this time it did crash the same. So the only thing that I have, wait, let me open the folder. Let's try compatibility mode because this time it crashed, defying all of my theories. Let me try. Give me a sec. Ah, right. Right. Let me try. Let me try inside of the subdoc. This would be inside of the subdoc. The executable of the game. Let me try inside of the subdoc the executable of the game. Let me. Yes, I know. Ignore this is in Spanish. It's simply local disk. Let me search for the shortcut, but also we need to add it to the source of the game, to the source. Let's try. It is in. I've already tried compatibility mode. Interesting. Then this is a problem. We could try a different one. We could try XP. We could try XP. We could try XP instead of that one. I know. That's why the game has been crashing so little. I already had compatibility mode on. Let's try XP. Let's see if that makes a difference. Because I think it was originally released for XP. Even though it was the first days of, could have been the first days of Vista. My memory serves me right. But Windows Vista was a mess. Probably it will work better with this one. Like the last service pack of XP must be from that range. I don't know. It's trial and error at this point. Wait. I just targeted the shortcut. Let me ensure that I'm also targeting the main executable. Let me see if they are the same. Yeah, it also applied to the other one. Okay, my bad. I'm just being paranoid here. So this is the first time that it crashed after an hour and 40 minutes. God, I mean, this game might as well be the most broken game I've ever seen. I cannot believe the developers created such an immense and perfect game in a lot of aspects, and then the technical aspect of it, it was so broken. I cannot believe it. Like I even had the physics engine from this period of time. Like this might as well be the most broken game from this period of time. From this period of time, that's for sure. But one of the most broken games ever. That 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 memory leak that it has when loading the assets, that you can feel like I thought I had it solved, but clearly the game does have problem beyond my understanding. Well, let's see. Maybe we are lucky. Maybe we are lucky, and the XP compatibility helps, because the full screen issues were clearly fixed, because before the game would crash at 30 minutes. I don't know. I don't know. I need to make a copy of my character. I better make a copy of my character. I said I would do it last time. I need to make a copy of my character, because I don't know when this crash may cause a corruption. So I need to be careful. Imagine doing all of the side quests and then where am I? I don't like that lag. Why is it lagging like that? Interesting. Escort me to my husband in the outskirts of the city. Alright. Oh damn it. Oh damn it, what's going on? XP compatibility didn't work well with this game. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Let me see how's it. Yeah, you are seeing it. Look at this. It has kind of like a severe lag. Damn it. Let's see if it gets fixed. Kind of like the initial loading. No. God damn it. You can feel the assets loading. So why did I spawn here? So convenient. Look at these people. I just revived. I just revived on top of the objective of my side quest. We'll be able to finish it. Change of plans then. LOL, saving is important. No, but it benefited me. But yeah. I'm afraid that I will have a corruption of my character any second. I'll be honest. Hey, look at this. XP compatibility certainly affected this game. It didn't take it well. Yeah, good. Look at that. I think we spawned on top of a side quest, which is killing that captain. But it won't be a pretty good experience for the stream. Well, but I don't want to risk logging out and then appearing somewhere else. Oh well, looks like the side quest got updated at least. If I could only get... Yeah, we are so close. This game is a box full of... It's Pandora's box at this point. It's so full of surprises. I don't know. Doesn't the game drop you on your last monolith? I mean, this is not a monolith. This is the middle of a dungeon. Now my mental construction of how the saving system works. It's the pillars are getting demolished as I speak. Let me see, malicious totem. Let me. We can loot it like this. There you are. It spawned me on top of the side quest. The side quest that I had to do all of the dungeon again. Alright. Let's take advantage of this crazy accident and finish the last quest of the region, people. Who might ya be? Out with it, or I'll cut off your tongue. You'll never lay your hands on my treasure. Yeah, the only treasure I'm looking for is called experience and unlocking the skill tree branches. Alright, let's do it. Sorry that it will lag because of thing. I'll try not to move a lot without getting killed, so it doesn't lag a lot. And let me update the quest. Sorry for the shitty experience there, for the shitty lag. Let me, let's ensure this time. Let's ensure. Uh, we don't have any more side quests, so we teleport there, so it should automatically save there, so we should respawn here. There we go. Now let's save and exit. Thank you. And let's turn off XP compatibility, people. Fortunately, the game behaves like an MMO in the sense that it saves automatically every time you either change, you teleport, you turn in a quest or something. Imagine if this game had manual saving. Imagine if it had manual saving. Sorry for the delay, people. Like this, we won't complete all of our quests before 2025. We need to stop this. So Windows Vista was working pretty well. But let me try disabling compatibility mode this time, because in my experience, sometimes it interferes, because I think I activated it after the first crashes. So let me send it back to, I was using Service Pack 2 or whatever. This time I'll just try plain and simple Windows Vista, because that's the correct period of time. I was using Service Pack 2 then. We can try those. I don't know what differences may have, but we'll leave it like that. We'll disable it. First we'll try disabling it. Let me see the DPI settings. Fix the scaling pro. This one could also be. I don't know why I didn't activate it last time. But this one also usually interferes with games with these issues. But well, this one I'll tinker with it once I see this is not the solution. So let's turn on compatibility for Windows Vista. To turn off it. Let's leave it at Windows Vista, but let's not use it. Let's not use it like that. Well, it defaults to Windows 7, whatever. Let's turn off. So we are using plain and simple Windows 10 compatibility. Let's see how it behaves. Let's see how it behaves. This like trying to vaccinate a cow and experimenting how the poor animal reacts. But well, at least feel happy here. The game doesn't have any feelings, so we'll be able to experiment with it until I fix it. Damn it. I am running out of ideas here in terms of what else. You can configure to save every time you pick up an item. Not sure how it will behave. Let me see. That's a good idea. That's a good idea, Scarlet. You can configure to save every time you pick up an item. Not sure. 3 asterisks. But I presume that could make it worse because it will force it. I don't know. What do you say? Configure it to save every time you pick up an item. I should also activate this quick cast, because that must be pressing the button twice. Advanced setting, collect everything. Basically options setting. Yeah, collect missed items, blah 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 blah. Ah, this is for the auto loot. Ah, good, you can configure the auto loot. Let me see. No. Gameplay. Controls. This game is. F7 was quick save button back in the day. No, it still is, and I have it. But not sure if it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. Even on the most updated. Hey, what's this? Character effects on center? Ah, because for the spatial sound. No, but this will affect surround sound. No, yeah. I know what you mean. Kind of like the F7 that makes the save. No, but I don't lose items. I don't lose items. Kind of like the automatic saving does work. I don't lose items once I loot them. Kind of like the inventory is kind of like automatically saved the very second you loot an item. It does work as you described. Well, let's see. Let me see if I don't know what the fuck happened there and why I spawned here. I got hit by something first death of the day, and it was unintentional. So we are still, that one doesn't count. So we are still pretty much unbeaten. Well, we got rid of the lag. Hey, wait a second. Hang on a second, people. Let me test. I don't know if I noticed it correctly. Wait. Make some... Let me teleport. Let me teleport because this degenerates otherwise won't leave me alone. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. I think it just unlocked the... Wait. I don't want to say something stupid because I'm not sure. No. The game didn't unlock the frame rate, but it does feel extremely smooth. It does feel smoother, more responsive. Well, we fixed the problem. We know never use XP compatibility. For some reason, the original setting of the game caused some lag there. So Windows Vista Service Pack 2 was working, but it couldn't get rid of the crashes. So now we're trying it without any compatibility. This game it's an absolute mystery on how to fix it. But look at that, our quest got unbagged. At least I hope so. Meliondor is no longer following us. Thank you for saving my wife. It is good to know. Yeah, keep her. Please keep her and leave me alone. And now we can go back. Well, let's see. Let's see, because it's being much more responsive. It's being much more responsive. Let's see if without compatibility and the rest of the fixes it works. I think the DPI scaling I didn't take could also be the reason, so let's see. I'm close to completely fixing it. It's just one small crash after 1 hour. Don't know why, but we had an immortal turtle there. We had some kind of immortal turtle. There you are. Let's do it. Let's get back in there. And this should now be, cross fingers, the last quest that we had to finish in the initial region. Let's see if he doesn't give me any other quest. Here. Nothingness. Wait, which was the quest? I think it already got completed. Captain Bloodtongue. Bloodtongue must die. Ask me to eliminate. Bloodtongue is dead. You could say that he earned himself a speed leap. Rangel Win will be pleased with my work. I need to find the NPC people. We're inside of the dungeon. Inside of the dungeon. Yeah, it was halfway through the dungeon. Damn it. Now I feel like an idiot. The doppelganger. Looks like in order to finish this quest line, we did it. We did it, I guess. So a quest that says that you have to report back to someone. Ah no, there it is, there it is, there it is. But now the marker is outside. I teleported so many times that I don't remember. It's outside, it's outside, it's outside. You had to kind of like enter and re-enter. And exit the dungeon. You had to re-enter and exit the dungeon. Okay, there it is. Cross fingers, people. You're back. I have to admit it. I didn't expect you to see you again. Good work. Those fires won't recover from Blackstone's dead in a hurry. In fact, they'll probably kill each other. Take a reward.
Glory and power.
Look at this, guys. Look at this. Why is there another circle there? If there aren't any more side quests, because it has to update. Look at this. We have finally completed all of the quests in the initial region. Well, we still have to do corn circles there, but that's not the initial region. Okay. I think there was one more here in Forgotten Gardens, so let us check thoroughly. Let us check thoroughly. Shouldn't take me more than 50 seconds with my horse. I don't know why that's still marked. We may need to re-log in. Cannot interact anymore. No. It just needs to update. So the game now has this tendency of not updating some side quests. We'll see. The other day I was mentioning something that we need to also analyze. Which is in terms of the early game gameplay mechanics, that I was mentioning, the hovering system, how the hovering system was unreliable for some area of effect abilities, that basically the game doesn't allow you to target the ground with a lot of abilities, and that's an integral part of the basic gameplay mechanics. See, Scarlet Dragoon, we are back at the very first spot where when I remember we started talking about the game, and I clicked on that portal accidentally. Look at this, I knew it. There was one more quest hidden here. Take this letter to the High Elf Priest. Plus the Priest of the Seraphim must not find me here. I'm collecting information about them. Take it to Kerr Priest Goran in Slowford. Easy.
You should feel honored, for I will help you.
Top secret information received. So we're back at the initial spot where we started talking about the game. So ironic. I should have picked the quest before teleporting by accident. And that's it. That would be the last one, the last quest line. So let's finish it. The game, I explained in previous streams that while some games choose to use the classic lock-on system, the classic lock-on system that is now so popular because of Dark Souls.
Ridiculous requests these villagers would bother me
Okay, the
with.
game is lagging less with normal Windows 10, let's say, compatibility than Windows Vista. Not sure if it will still crash though. Okay, what's this? Ah, good news from the spy. He's a fellow and what anyone to kill him after his he became an agent. Here, tip.
That was almost too easy.
Indeed, it was probably the easiest quest I've ever seen. Right, so that's it. I think that's bugged. Let's save exit and re-enter because I think that's bugged. I think that's bugged and we have to finish. I want to see if it's truly finished. And yes, the classic lock-on system that I was mentioning that we used to see so much in Dark Souls nowadays, but it was originally created by The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, kind of like the lock-on system, the Z index lock-on system of the joystick of a Nintendo 64 that pretty much fixed 3D gaming. And I was mentioning that this game, even if in isometric action RPGs you usually don't have a lock-on system like in modern 3D open world RPGs, you can target the ground. I don't know why in this game you cannot target the ground. You have to explicitly... Yeah, there it is. There, it updated. Good. Look at this. Look at this. Completely updated. Completely finished the first region. So, what's the plan of attack?
The city air will do no harm.
What's the attack plan? Sorry, what's the attack plan? What's the attack plan? We still have corn circles over there. Though I don't know how to get to it. We explored all the dungeons here, all the ones that were left from the beginning of the series. So we pretty much can... I bet that all of these quests in the capital, I bet that all of them will lead us to the surrounding areas. So I think we are ready to press on and complete the rest of the center area. Right, so let's go. Let me reactivate my buffs. And head over to grab all of them and let's annihilate anything in our way. So let me update the resurrection monolith. Let's hope we restart at that spot rather than the cavern we've been respawning at lately. So let's see. Could it be that there's a dungeon in the middle of the city? This thing must be related to a quest. So first let's grab them all. And let's grab them all. And set sail. Anyways, we have 2 hours out. Okay. We'll have at least 2 hours of more quests. So we'll be able to explore this region today. Fetch Soulburn Herb, these horrible barbarians. I'll read them as fast as I can, humanly possibly can, without losing kind of like the main core of the quest. Men and women to me share their virginity just for the taste of my wounded pudding. Kings have cried into my mouth, saying, expecting visitor today. He's had an impeccable reputation. He's just an omelette. A omelette. An omelette. What was that? It could be his career. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, beside the fact that the NPC doesn't talk like a normal human being, doesn't help. Search these barbarians these manners. Okay, teach the barbarians these manners. Fetch me those herbs to create an omelette. Ah, damn it! Omelettes are so delicious. Kind of like here, well, here in Argentina we inherited the classic Italian food, but the pizza here, it's fundamentally different than in Italy. That's what people usually underestimate. Argentine pizza, it has kind of like 3 times the amount of cheese when compared to Italian pizza. Both of them are amazing. Both of them have their ups and downs. See, this is the reflection I was mentioning. You can see it there. You can see there that it has an amazing reflection effect. The glasses kind of like have an amazing reflection effect that I was surprised in this game. It's amazing. A game from 2008 having this. Remove the undead from the grave. Come closer to my customer. Blah 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 blah. Clear a graveyard. We need to protect this insurance company here. The Argentine pizza, it's kind of like it has 3 times the cheese, which is so uncommon. For example, in New York or in Italy, because most immigrants from Italy to New York, they brought the Italian style of pizza, which is kind of like with the least amount of possible cheese. Or as it's actually not cheese. The technical way, it's mozzarella. It's kind of like it's a special amount of cheese that it has kind of like a more semi-solid density. That's why it kind of like melts so good. But well, in the case of our pizza, it's kind of like 3 times the cheese. It's kind of like the opposite style of the Italian pizza. That's because immigrants back when they arrived here from World War II, they kind of like fundamentally changed. They wanted to add kind of like the insane amount of cheese that they could produce here, and kind of like it was symbolically kind of like the opposite of the scarcity that Europe, especially Italy after World War II, it was a mess. Especially the northern section, both of them, also the southern section, and it was kind of like a symbolic way of kind of like saying that, not saying that, enjoying that there wasn't a scarcity of goods here back then. So yeah, I bet you didn't expect to know the history of pizza while watching my stream, people. The different kinds, because there are different styles. The same with pasta. Kind of like these are all very specifically Italian things that we've inherited. Like take Judas message to run there, heavy loved, another. This game have this game has a lot of love stories. I love it. We don't get enough of those here. Besides, I love how they humanly depict the stories, kind of like they show kind of like real, believable human relationships in the middle of a fantasy medieval setting. Hey, there's another quest around here. Let me grab it. This is something, just like Urnod Rex would say in Mass Effect. I need to get my blood flowing. Find me something to kill. Rivals, Thylysium. Yeah, the problem is that this city is so huge that I don't know how to navigate it. So yes, basically, pizza here. It has so much cheese that then you better eat some. I don't know. Some fruit or something easy to digest, because otherwise I shouldn't be talking about this. What am I doing? But constipation it's assured. That's for sure. So yeah, pretty much. But it's delicious. It's delicious because kind of like when you add a lot of mozzarella, a lot of melted cheese, that is kind of like that perfectly melts. It ends up kind of like getting a lot of juice, so it's extremely juicy. The pizza is extremely juicy. It's kind of like exactly the opposite as for when compared to the pizza you have in, especially in New York, because of the Italian immigration, and of course the pizza in Italy. It's kind of like extremely juicy. So yeah, in terms of pastas and in terms of meat, that's the kind of like the weak point of well, I don't know if I would call it a weak point because Italy has pretty good meat, but here in Argentina, I must admit, which I generally don't like a lot of foods, that the meat I've tried meat abroad, and the meat is is probably the only good, besides the pizza, kind of like perfect food to try. Like, we are talking about one easily you can have close to 1 to 1,000 grams. 1,000 grams. I don't know if in the US it's that unit of measure, but close to 1,000 grams of beefsteak. That's kind of like standard. Hey, Junior Tech, how have you been? You don't like meat? It's because you haven't tasted Argentine meat. Don't tell me you don't like it. Don't tell me you don't like it. By the way, thanks for following on. I don't know if you were when I said the message that I displayed the message. So let me do it again because I couldn't see you. Thanks for following the other day. Thanks from the bottom of my heart. I always appreciate it. So here, let me thank you with my beautiful message from Professor Egad from Luigi's Mansion. Amazing game, totally amazing. Thanks from the bottom of my heart, as I always say, to to all of you, that you always encourage me to continue showcasing these games that for some reason a lot of people don't care reviewing it. Sorry that you've arrived at a moment in which I'm grabbing side quests. I know it can get boring watching me doing the side quest, so I started talking about food and comparing pizza with Italian pizza with our pizza here. So yeah, by here I mean the capital of Argentina. I have 6 weeks with not eating meat. Damn it! But are you vegetarian? Because you're vegetarian, probably, or because of a diet, or why? Is it that you don't want to eat meat because of a diet, if I may ask, or because you are vegetarian, kind of like a moral decision? Like, so I can make you, you could probably become a sinner in that case. I'm telling you this with all of the good intention in the world. If you would try our Argentine meat, quite juicy. No, 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 no. I understand it. I understand it. I know that in a lot of northern countries, for example, meat is kind of like thing like that. Like even nowadays, there are a lot of people who purposely become vegetarian because of of that. But please understand me. Please understand me. If there's one thing Italians, Spaniards, and by extension Argentine. I am basically an Italian who speaks Spanish, essentially, just like in the U.S. or in Canada that got French and British immigration. Here was Italy and Spain. Please understand that we cannot give up meat. We cannot. We simply cannot. Kind of like, as I've said, if 900 grams. I don't know if that's as I've said, the unit of measure that is the standard in the US, because they are all generally changed when compared to Europe. But 900 grams of juicy meat here, we cannot give that up. Sorry if it sounded disgusting for you if you decide to be vegetarian. Sorry, but but well, there are others. There are others. For example, the Italian pasta. We have the exact Italian pasta here. That's not meat. That one shouldn't be disgusting. Shouldn't be disgusting. and it's pretty amazing. Kind of like you have no idea how many types of pasta there are in here. From the well, I don't want to use the original Italian names. It's called fasting. Fasting. uh, no, well, that is absolutely a respectable decision if you don't like if you don't want to eat meat. Yeah, well, at least there's a reason for it. There's a reason. At least you have a reason to do it. But yeah, here we cannot. Kind of like meat culture. See, that's the. It's one of the greatest legacies that the old Roman Empire has given us, and Italy, Spain, and us, which are basically the same. We cannot give that up. We cannot give that up. It's the one thing that whenever I teach English and whenever I have foreign students from Canada or from the US, they tell me, how on earth can you people eat so much meat and 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 those things? Because, well, I don't want to delve into the topic, but it's not just meat from cows, like it's also from pig. There are some parts of the pig. Sorry, no, I won't talk about it. It must be disgusting for you. No, I won't do this to you. No eggs, no milk, no cheese, no meat. I know. Then it's a hardcore diet, Junior Tech. Then it's a hardcore diet because you only want to eat uh, kind of like zero. I'm mentioning all of this because we just got a quest in which we have to kind of like make an omelette. No eggs, so no omelettes. No eggs, no milk. No milk means no. You are even taking away an important part of coffee. So no, I don't drink coffee, but a lot of people do, and you are taking away a huge part of that. No cheese, damn it, no cheese would kill me as well. That one would kill me. No cheese and no meat. The other two, I can endure them, but no cheese and no meat for us, it's like killing. If you tell that to either an Argentine, an Italian, or an Spaniard, anyone from Spain, um, it's true that in other regions of South America, they've adopted that, which is kind of like non-Mediterranean. It's kind of like non-Mediterranean. It follows the modern diet tendencies of the US, which is going full vegetarian. What I do like is kind of like dry fruits, kind of like the it could be those are good. Those are good, but if you take out if you take out cheese and meat, well, I won't talk anymore about meat, but in order to not disgust you, because I know that some people have that disgusting feeling about the meat, and here, well, eh, here at the end of the world, I'm here. We cannot. Coffee is enough with sugar, zero milk, but with zero milk, damn it, with sugar. Well, yeah, only sugar. Without milk, I don't drink coffee, but I know how it tastes. And um without milk, that you are. I have my deepest admiration for you being able to finish to do a diet without, especially without cheese or meat, without cheese or meat. Like, let's begin doing the side quests, people. By the way, let's begin with those. Besides doing that omelette, well, I'll just clear the objectives in the city, because looks like the objectives are kind of like in the middle of the city as well. No, but I know how it would taste, and my deepest admiration to you, man. My deepest admiration. My deepest admiration, because especially because of the cheese and the meat. Like, we cannot live without those. Without those, I don't know. It must be part of our Italian genetics or something. But well, I don't know. No milk and cheese. Pastas could be. You could include pastas. You could include pastas, but well, those will they have more those have more calories than meat and cheese, so it will be even worse.
Your soul belongs
You
to
would be
me.
surprised. You would be surprised how if there's one thing I don't know if
Comes over you.
I don't know if I'm usually quite critical. I'm usually criticize a lot of aspects of South America, but I have to admit that I am quite critical of a lot of things, especially the economy. I must admit that the food in Argentina is kind of like a copy of Italy. It's something very unique, and even I must admit, even if I'm quite critical, we are all critical of our own countries, for one reason or another at some point. And I must admit that the food is the one thing that my country has done right. Perhaps the only one in a lot of aspects, but it is one of them. This is one of them. Not for people who want to follow a diet, not for people who want to follow a diet, though there are a lot of healthy food, but um, as I said, the well, you don't like cheese, but the pastas? What about the pastas? What about the pastas? The I know, but some of the pastas do have cheese. Well, but there are pure. There are we have some pastas that don't use cheese, like yeah, tallarines. You can look up those. It's a pretty particular. I don't think it has a translation in English. Tallarines, like Tallarines. They're like typical Italian pasta food, and yeah, they are. It's absolute. I mean, now I'm hungry. Now I'm hungry. This quest about making an omelette has made me hungry. Uh, damn it! Like a lot of variety. That's something that, for example, see, so it's so peculiar. This is something that most people. I usually don't talk about my own country, but this is something that people usually don't know, which is that Argentina, especially the capital, where most of us live, um, it's kind of like how do I put? It's difficult to explain and difficult to believe. It's like a portion of Italy extracted from Italy, in which everyone speaks Spanish. It's much more European cultured than, let's say, South America. The culture is much more similar to Europe than South America. It's extremely weird. It's extremely weird in some parts of the of Canada. I think it also happens with the French instead of Italian, but it's pretty much the same. Since migration waves were so huge, kind of like the Italian and Spanish cultures, both of them became extremely predominant after World War II, and well, guess you can see that's also the reason why a lot of us, not me, but a lot of Argentines, for example, um, eat Italian food, behave like Italian, why we move our hands like this when talking. It's extremely weird. I've been told that it's extremely weird to think that a country at the end of the world. I was eating small pieces of pork steaks with pasta. Oh, that must be beautiful. That must be so beautiful, Junior Tech. So pork steaks with pasta. And how was the pasta? What was it? American pasta. It must be kind of like Italian pasta that from American immigration in the U.S. or something like that. Was good, I must say. Well, don't feel bad about kind of like breaking the diet. I don't know, like kind of like not following it. It's usually what happens. Well, in my case, generally, I immediately lose weight as I get under stress. Like it's immediate. Like whenever I have to, I'm a software developer and I teach English, so whenever I have to kind of like um, solve a problem, create a website, and I get stressed, I lower my Italian. I think, yeah. It must be one of the several Italian immigration to waves to the US. Is it? Notice that the pizza, as I was mentioning, it has the pizza from New York. I was mentioning this has such a small amount of cheese, and because it's Italian, here it's kind of like the exact opposite. Our pizza has 3 times, kind of like it's a ball of cheese. Oh, it's not cheese, it's mozzarella. It's melted mozzarella. It's um it's a ball of cheese of mozzarella. The wounded and in pain gladiator, level 68 gladiator, he loved life living on the edge until the last mob pushed him over it. Damn it, we got another grave with crazy dev messages that we can read. No, yeah, it's amazing. Those are, you get the original Italian food. In New York you have the original. Kind of like, as you said, the pork with the pasta, and I bet it. You mentioned that it was good. It must have been because it's the original. Here we kind of like grabbed the original and made modifications. Not better or worse, different. If you like to eat a bowl of mozzarella and cheese, you'll only find it here. If you want to eat the classic New York pizza with small amount of cheese, there. And the pastas, well, I don't want to get into that because it's an old dispute between Italy and Argentina, who kind of like adopted the best pastas because in that case they are extremely similar. Kind of like it's a 1-1 replica, like the exact same. Obsession, level unknown gladiator. Wounds only spurred him on the greater ability. Unfortunately, an attack at the wrong time in the reaches of hell laid him to rest. His spirit lives on. It's amazing how the developers of this game, look at this. Victoria, level 216 demon. Victoria learned the hard way why Andukar didn't have a problem with the neighbor children running off his lawn. These are all dev messages that the developers took the time to implement. Seductive underscore vampire, level 80 vampires. These are all must be all the hardcore characters that died in the testing of the game. While lagging behind Curtis, she met her, and in the scary chaos of a cave at the hand of Pyra, and she met her end in the scary chaos of a cave. These are kind of like real characters, I presume. Nightwolf, level 47 vampiress. She perished while on a photographic safari in the hero cave. This must be all of the kind of like testing hardcore characters that died. Lady Penelope, level 152 Seraphine. She met her fate while stopping for a drink in what she thought was a nice, safe, well-lit corner. It wasn't. Spaffy never 90. Level 95 Seraphine. All the leaders at her disposal could not substitute for the rigorous attack with modern medicine. Well, then we can read the rest. Don't worry, anyways, we are doing a 100% completion of the game. So let us finish the rest of the... See, this is what I mentioned the other day. Pathfinding is never... Please look for my chicken at the cemetery.
Since this matter is of such importance to you...
Alright, we're outside of the city. Okay. There's a dungeon there. Let's first do the dungeon, then we can read all of the messages. So, I'm glad that the Italian, that you tasted the Italian food, Junior Tech. It's definitely a change of pace. Kind of like most of our food isn't spicy. That's so typical in Mexico, for example, and also the southern border of the U.S. Kind of like the spicy food, if I'm not mistaken. And here we don't use spicy food. And I know it's a huge change for people who are used to spicy food. Dead chicken, I think that was the quest. Like we don't have any spicy food at all. We don't tolerate it. Father covered zombie defeated. Ah, right, we have more quests over there. Let's do the that one is ready to be turned in. Wait, let me grab the quests here. Let's do them in order. Let me activate the monolith and relocate at the. Let's relocate the spot here, because otherwise, notice that it's useless to have a monolith active here because we have the portal. Let's grab the quests here, and because before I forget, because this is before reaching the city. Damn it! Sorry, people, that I'm grabbing side quests. It's just that slay 5 kobold shamans, blah 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 blah. Sorry that today the second section of the stream is all grabbing the side quests, but it's just that we finally finished all of the side quests in the first region of the map. So yeah. Glad, extremely glad that whenever Italian food is a good wine works too when you eat pasta. Yeah. I am quite boring. I'm so boring that I don't drink alcohol, but I know. I know I know how weird. I've been told this, that it's so weird, but definitely here a lot of people do that. They mix either the meat, the juicy, beautiful, and 900 grams. Usually it's a standard, which is, if you don't know, 900 grams of meat for a single portion. It's kind of like insane. It's kind of like more or less like this. They usually mix it with wine, pasta with wine, or in our case, meat with wine. It's absolutely delicious. Yeah, there's the dungeon. We need to do that dungeon. I knew it. We have to do that dungeon. It's absolutely delicious, without a doubt. Some doctors say that it's good for your heart, but I don't know. It's difficult for me to believe it, but yeah, it's true. A lot of people who know much more about medicine than I do. I remember this dungeon. Alright, let's do the dungeon. See why I love to explore all of the terrain? Careful, because they'll probably ambush us. And yes. But now I have my rotation up and running. See, this is something that I was mentioning the other day. Something, a glass of wine is always good. Yeah, I know. That's why a lot of people mix it. In our case, in our crazy, weird case, with the meat. But also with the pasta. It's always... Damn it. Interesting. They are dealing damage over time, careful. I ran out of potions. This happened to me the other day. I ran out of potions. Can we finish the dungeon without potions? No. This happened to me the other day. And I had 100. I'm believing to think that this game, thanks to the developers of this game for creating the doppelganger mechanic. Wait, patience. We need patience. Or running away in our case. Come here. I need to pay more attention to my potions. I need to pay more attention to them. But I had over 100. Could it be that I ran out of them? Could it be that I ran out of them? Yeah, I spent over 100 potions. Ah, damn it. We have a vendor. We can purchase them over there. We have good. We are in luck. We have a vendor pretty close. See, that's why I transferred them. God, I mean, this is what I've been mentioning. The scaling of this game ensures that you always have to be on your toes, and that's such a positive influence on the level design that it's absolutely amazing. Let me buy some potions and get rid of those guys over there. Just please, one-handed stuff, one-handed. No, nothing at all. Yeah, this one, but it's common quality. It would increase my defense value though, but it would destroy its physical damage. It would, I mean, it would remove my fire type of damage, my fire damage, and if it removes that, if it removes that, I won't be able to deal damage to a lot of ghosts. Like, it would prevent me from dealing damage to a lot of enemies. So, yeah, I need to think. I need to, if I could only loot a single one more one-handed staff, I would make use of my dual wield talent. Let me grab the potions. My life has been so much easier since I learned how to do this. 32 is more than enough for that dungeon. Then we will have to buy some more. I'll buy them at the end of the stream for the next one, as we are always doing. I'm kind of like organizing my inventory and everything at the end of the stream, so it's not that. Because let's admit it, people, it's boring. Kind of like. Please, coming through. There we go.